You'll never stop me being me, as I don't give a fuck. I dress how I want to dress. I look how I want to look. You'll never stop me being me, as I don't give a fuck. Stop, scare, we don't care. Hold tight now, we are the freak show. Stop, scare, we don't care. Hold tight now, we are the freak show. Stop, scare, we don't care. Hold tight now, we are the freak show. Stop, scare, we don't care. Hold tight now, we are the freak show.
And good evening, and we are live, and welcome to the Freak Show, everybody.
Hey!
Hey!
Saturday again.
Thank God for that. So, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Freak Show, your daily, your weekly dose of all things that are cool at the Wasteland and from the post-apocalypse. So, first of all, guys, if you are online, please say hello and where you're from, and also. Starting off, so Skelly, how are you, sir? And what are you drinking? Everybody, I will be drinking the awesome Brothers Toffee Apple English cider.
You do like that.
Is there any left?
Not really. Skelly, what are you up to? What are you doing?
I'm drinking Northern Monk. It's an IPA I found on the whoops in Tesco, and it's quite drinkable.
Ooh. Stig, over to you. First of all, welcome, Stig, from sunny Glasgow. How are you, sir?
Okay, the new. I'm drinking Broadside. I thought I'd go for a nice lightweight 6.3%. Which means I probably won't last as far as what's hot.
And overboard.
Because I'll be what's gone out under the table.
Okay, does it taste any good?
I'll let you know.
Oh, okay.
Is it an ale? Is it an ale?
Oh, that'll knock the socks off a concrete elephant.
So
I think it's good then.
It's lovely.
Over to Mechanized. How are you, Mechanized?
I'm still surviving. I'm still in bed, but I'm getting better. So I'm on no alcoholic beverage, which is now week number 6, and I'm enjoying a very nice beverage called peppermint tea.
Peppermint tea. Awesome.
How shit is that?
That is bloody awesome.
Good for the digestion.
You know how to live a Saturday night, don't you? Eh?
I tell you, highlight.
Definitely. Well, thank you everybody for joining. We've got an awesome night tonight. We are doing a Wasteland Weekend special. Yes. So, yes. So first of all, we have our first guest. We have 2 epic guests to bring on board. First one is our American drummer. So people over in the Wasteland, you've already met and seen Nick. He is an absolutely epic drummer. Awesome guy, great fun, plays all our US gigs, and also came over to Europe and did the Combi Christ tour with us. So I'd like to introduce.
Did he Combi Christ? Nothing.
Didn't he?
2018.
Oh no, he did. He did.
That other one.
No,
I forget.
You can't remember.
I forget who it was, but it was that other one.
I think someone.
It was the other one.
Yeah,
it was somebody else. It should have been Combi Christ.
Yeah.
Should have been Combi Christ.
Dot.
So welcome from all the way over in LA. It is Nick, everybody. Hello, Nick.
Hello. Hey,
everybody. Hey. Welcome to the Freak Show, sir. We've been trying to get you on for about a year, but
for a while. Busy. I know. But I'm here now, and I'm super happy to be here. And this is awesome. I'm so glad to be able to talk to you guys a little bit. And it's been way too long.
And also, it's really great. So everybody in the UK, Europe, and Australia can see you now. The guys over in America, they see you on all our shows, and you are a complete powerhouse on the drums, sir. You're awesome. So it's lovely for everybody else to see you and welcome you into the fold, into the family.
Thank you.
Excellent. Whereabouts are you connecting from, by the way? today?
I am from.
Whereabouts in the
I'm
States?
I'm in Los Angeles. I'm at my recording studio right now in Los Angeles. It's very sunny out. It's nice. I know you guys were all talking. What are you drinking today? I'm being super lame, and I'm just drinking bottled water because it's only 1 o'clock here. So
Past midday.
yeah, you're not wrong there,
That's
man.
good. Yeah.
You're not wrong.
I can tell the time.
You can tell the time. And well, it's always a pleasure to have you on. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our next guest, he has been an absolute, we love his videos. He is an absolute star at Wasteland Weekend. He is a legend. We've been there 4 years and we've not actually met. How can this be true? It is Makeshift. Yay!
What's up?
Apocalypse Post. Hey!
Guys,
How
I'm
are
so
you?
excited. This is great.
It's so good to have you.
Thank you.
Finally, how are you, sir? And where
I'm
are you
doing-
connected from?
I'm doing so good. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee, where I've been for the last 4 years. It makes the commute to Wasteland a little bit more strenuous.
Yeah.
Well, not
So-
as bad as if
so-
you're coming from England.
Well, that's, yeah,
And
that's
you
true.
can bring lots of whiskey.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, man. I tell you, I didn't know that business meetings required whiskey until I got here.
I have to move to Tennessee.
Always. So,
Yeah.
so first of all, Makeshift. When did you first get into Wasteland Weekend? What was your first one, and how did you get into this whole post-apocalyptic malarkey?
Oh, man. This is a ridiculous story of me just trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do in this world. So my first Wasteland Weekend was 2011, and I made sure to get to that one because I saw the pictures come out of 2010, and I was like, I am never missing this again. At first I wanted to sign up to volunteer to be a photographer, but I got talked into doing video. And they actually had to advertise as documentarian. All they really wanted was someone to capture footage and like make the highlights reel. But I went balls to the wall. Like we didn't stop shooting. I had 4 cameras running around. And we did a bunch of interviews that we still have not released.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can relate to that. Sorry.
And yeah, I mean, it's just been so much fun. And every year I'm like, I can't wait to go back and do this all over again. It's nuts.
Absolutely. And over to you then, Nick. So, Nick, first of all, you are an absolutely awesome drummer. How did you get into drumming?
It was a family business, so to speak. So like everybody in my family, on my mom's side of the family, they're all drummers. My mom plays, my uncle, grandfather, cousins, nephews, like everybody played. So I didn't really have a choice. There was always drums and sticks around my house as a kid, and it just kind of was a normal, natural, like, this is what you're going to do.
Wow. So when did you first hear of V2A, and how did you get involved with the Crazy Gang?
Yeah. So let's see. We're pushing almost. We're like 4.5, 5 years in together now, I think.
It must be, yeah.
Because I've done 3 Wastelands with you, except for 2020, which would have been the 4th one. So yeah, we're like 4.5 years deep now. I first
that's deep.
I first found out about you guys through a promoter out here who had hit me up because you guys were coming to town. You were coming to town to do a couple of shows in the West Coast, including Wasteland. And you had sent, it's a funny story. You sent your rider to him like you do when you go on tour. You send your riders in to let people know when you're flying in all of the things you need to make your show happen. And this promoter hit me up because he didn't know anything about drums. And you guys had your list of what you needed for your drum rider. And so he asked if I would help locate all of the equipment you guys needed. So I did. I went through your rider and I started going through all of the things that you need. And somewhere in the conversation with the promoter, he told me that you didn't have a drummer. And I was like, well, what the
It's
hell?
a long way down the list.
That's the last
obviously.
item on the
right.
item.
No, he didn't read the list plus the drummer.
Yeah.
Nice one, Skelly.
I was like, well, then what am
Oh,
I
yeah.
locating all this stuff for if they don't have a drummer? And I was like, all right, listen, you tell them to call me. I'll play drums for them, and then they won't need anything on this rider because I have it all. I listened to your music. I was like, I can totally get into this stuff. This stuff is awesome. I love the sound. tell them to get in touch with me. So he connected the dots, put me in touch with you. And that's where it kind of went, where it was like, well, why don't you just, instead of going through all these hoops and everything like that, why don't you just have me play drums for you and when you come over here? And I remember you guys asked me to just shoot a quick video of me playing one of your songs. So I did. And like within 30 minutes of me emailing you the video, you guys wrote me back and you're like, you're hired.
Yes.
What a good
Yay.
decision that was.
And
It
now
was.
we're here. And now
We've
we're
got-
here going on 5 years together.
We've got to get you back over to Europe. We've got big
I
things
am-
coming. We've got a new album coming out, loads of stuff.
Yeah,
so
I can only
can't wait.
imagine a V2A rider is like snow cannons, war boy food.
Yeah.
yeah,
Blood bugs.
yeah.
Fire water.
Blue Gatorade.
Ugh.
Funny
Yeah.
We
story
don't talk
about that, which we
it
don't
now.
talk
We
about that.
don't talk about life.
Okay,
no.
let's get
No.
this party started then, guys. We've got a little section of the show called Fact or Fiction. So, Nick, you missed this, so you're going to have to make this up on the spot. So the idea is we all
great.
go around, we either come out with a fact or a fiction to the camera, and then or is it a fact or is it a fict? And then at the end of the show, the audience vote whether we've been telling a lie or is it the truth.
So we each go around
each do
and
one,
throw
yeah.
something out.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Well, first of all, let's play the jingle first, and then we'll
Okay.
start
Oh,
off.
goody.
Are you ready for the jingle, everybody? This is
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, what
the
a
extended
jingle.
version.
jingle's just too short. Yeah, so
Let's
I'll
wait for the post credits bit.
it is. I'll get the party started. So, did I? Well, did I
Did you?
We
nearly
don't
blow
know.
up a metal container with a chainsaw? Fact or fict? Fact or fict?
Interesting.
Is it a fact or is it a fict?
Is it a fact or mechanized? Over to you.
Mine is a bit of a longer one. On one of my
Way!
adventures, no, it's a quick one,
Matron.
but it's like a build up to it. So, I like my adventures.
Pet
And
building.
as I adventured into South America, I accidentally met an older Mayan tribe. And the leader insisted of me getting with him to the camp, get a tattooist of his tribe to do me ink on my arm, which I did because I was so terrified of the guy. And then after that was all done, there was then this ceremony where everybody was dancing around the fire and all this. And then they served Mayan black Ricardo soup, which is actually the best soup I've ever tasted in my life. Now, here you go.
Fact or fict? That was the long one. I can't
it's
even
all-
remember the
All
start.
of
Yeah.
it.
So, Skelly, over to you, sir. Fact or fict?
Oh, well, it's not as long as that, I hope. But some years ago, I pranked the entire teaching staff of a further education college into believing that the internet would be down for a day, so they'd have to download a hard copy of it.
I hope to God that's
Oh.
true.
That is a
Oh,
good
I
one.
hope so.
That is a good one. Over to you then, Stig. Let's go bottom corner.
Oh, a bottom corner. Okay. I once held the world skateboard slalom record. Guinness Book of Records at the Trocadero in Paris. There you go. World slalom skateboard champion. Briefly, very briefly.
Okay. Fact or fict? And now over to our glorious guest, Makeshift. A fact
too.
or fict there?
You're too kind. All right. My End Times resume includes a role in a post apocalypse pornography film.
No.
Oh,
Fact or
my
fict?
God, we've suddenly had like about 15 comments now.
Whoa.
Oh, so Nick, are you getting the swing of it now?
Yeah. I'm glad you came to me last because now I'm able to.
Yeah.
I was able to think of something and everything
Let's
else.
see
So
that poker faced.
mine's a little bit longer too. So, because it's kind of almost. I'm going to throw it out almost like it's entire V2A trivia. So, my first time performing with the band ever. It's a two-parter. Had no rehearsals. And you forgot to include one of the songs on the set list, so I had to learn it in the car on the way to the venue. And the first time I ever played it ever was on stage in front of a very large sold-out theater.
Oh,
Fact or fiction, you guys decide.
fact or fict? Yeah. What could it be? What could it
Place
be?
bets now.
Definitely crazy. So, a quick question. First one's coming. So, Makeshift.
Yeah.
At Wasteland, So what do you? So you do all the photography, etc. Do you go dressed up as well? Are you into the whole post-apocalyptic vibe?
Oh,
and
yeah.
Also, what is your tribe?
Yeah, so there's no media gets to go in street clothes. We're all wearing clothes, and but I'm in a
Not
tribe.
naked.
I'm very much. I'm very.
There is naked. There are
Yeah.
naked people.
I
All
mean,
clothes.
Sunday during cleanup, I'm usually wearing a lot less. But yeah, I'm in a tribe. I'm very much a wastelander, even though I'm also part of the crew. So I'm with the Dukes of the Nuke. We're a tribe right on Main Street. Come hang out with us anytime. We're always open, almost. And yeah, so I do the video and I do the highlights reel. That's my main thing. So I kind of run the crew, tell them, go shoot this, go shoot that. I compile all the stuff and do the edits.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So
No pressure at all then.
Yeah. None.
So a big shout out to the Order of the V8. So we are aligned with the awesome Order of the V8.
We're neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you are. Yeah.
Do you have lots of alcohol?
In our camp? Oh yeah.
Okay.
Actually, what's really funny is there was
Good to know.
one year we
Good to know.
threw a cooler out in our camp just for people to like throw bottles in. It wasn't even iced. It was just a hot cooler. and we started with an empty cooler, and by the end of Wasteland, it was actually full. Like everyone brought stuff and just donated it to the bar,
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's pretty wild.
So Nick, your first time at Wasteland, what was your initial thoughts when we sort of dragged you out to?
Culture shock. So it was I didn't get the full experience the first time I went with you guys because I just came in for like a day and a half because I had other obligations with other gigs that I was playing at the time. So I came in day of, we did sound check, we played the show, we partied that night, and the next morning I left. So I just remember wandering around that afternoon like, where am I? It was complete and utter culture shock. But it was fantastic. And I was like, man, I screwed up by not being able to spend more time here. So in the resulting years that we've gone, I always am making sure I'm going for like the whole weekend now instead of just that one day. Because that first day I was like, this is not enough. I feel like I don't even know the lay of the land. There's so much going on. It was like photos online. If you look at websites and you look at their social media and any photos do not do it justice at all. It is 10 times bigger and 10 times more detailed and more involved and way funner than photos and videos could ever portray.
Definitely. And a big shout out from, I was chatting to the organizer today. It is on this year, guys. Here is the website.
Yes.
So www.wastelandweekend.com. The tickets are available.
Outstanding.
Ooh, there is hopefully going to be a rather good looking English-German band playing again, whoever they are.
Huh.
If they are allowed to travel.
Well,
English,
Yeah.
German, American. If
English, German, American. Yeah,
we are
exactly.
hitting 3 countries on
We
that.
are actually. That is if we're allowed out to play.
Well, if we can't get there, you might have to learn a hell of a lot more there, Mr. Drummer.
Yeah, I'll do
Like
I'll
the
one-man
lead
show
vocals,
it.
the keyboards.
One-man show.
also just a quick one. If you click through the pictures, definitely check out all the pictures, guys. Some absolutely amazing stuff. Ugh, who's
Hey!
this?
Handsome devil.
So definitely check it out, guys. Also, just on a bit of news. Well, should we just quickly show the news? We have just a quick one, then we'll go back to the interviews. Hold on, let me just run the jingle. This jingle is a bit more impressive than the fact or fict one. It's slightly a bit longer. Still needs to be a bit longer. Still needs to be a bit longer. So just a few things. Over in the UK, we are still on lockdown, but we were told by the Prime Minister, etc., that it should be opening up later in the year, and they are going mad at trying to jab everybody, which is good.
Good.
So we have already been contacted by a lot of festival organisers. So I don't know if we can do them yet or not, but our little black book of dates is becoming rather full. So very, very exciting, guys. We can't announce anything yet,
Obviously.
but we've got a new album called Doomsday coming out very, very soon. There is the graphic novel coming out, which is absolutely awesome.
So good.
Oh, yes, super excited about that. And as I said, there are some epic festivals in the UK and abroad, if we're allowed out, but we're not sure yet. But we will keep you updated on that. So over to, first of all, to Makeshift, a quick question, sir. So what is the Apocalypse Post?
So the Apocalypse Post is my YouTube channel where I've been kind of sharing all things post-apocalypse. There's a ton of Wasteland Weekend and other festival stuff in there. I also talk about like post-apocalypse media, real world news, kind of anything that tickles my fancy that week. And I also just launched it as a podcast. So this is something I'm doing new for 2021 since there's almost no in-person events and I don't have any new footage.
Yeah. Good choice. Yeah.
Yep.
You've got lots of old footage though, apparently. You've still got to edit.
Yeah, I know. There's so much. Hundreds of hours, I promise.
So with what kind of guests have you got on your show?
Oh, let me tell you. So with the podcast, it's been great. I've been having some really awesome guests. We're doing a bunch of like Wastelander stories where I have 3 Wastelanders come on and tell their stories from the festival. Louis Fleischauer, who's doing COVID Darkness right now, like he did it Thursday and Friday, and there's one more installment Monday of his aesthetic meat front show.
Before you carry on, there is a very, very funny story about that.
So
the first time we ever played Wasteland, we did our gig, which was really good. I was then drinking beer with Swede, who is from Wasteland Radio. So all hail to Swede. And Aesthetic Meat Front then came on. And I've never seen
No.
I've never seen anything like that.
They're pretty hard to categorize, aren't they?
Yeah, I couldn't work out if I was truly that drunk or I was hallucinating or they were actually
the above, I think is the answer.
or they were actually doing that on stage. How would you sum them up?
They are
meaty.
They are experimental noise as far as like their sound. He uses human instruments, so he's literally like piercing people, chaining them to springs, and then miking the string. So you actually get that sound as people like start hammering on this string. I don't know. Performance art.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to explain it. As I said, I've never seen anything like it. My mouth was open. I was like, and then I turned to Sweden. I said, you don't get this in Europe. and then just wandered off to, I think I went to we were drinking with the War Boys, so it got very, very messy. So Nick, over to you then. So what is your fondest memory of Wasteland Weekend, sir?
The snow cannons we did last time was pretty epic. Man, I don't know if I can nail down one specific memory, but I enjoy the experience the entire time. I will say when we rolled out the snow cannons last time, that was pretty awesome. And especially because you didn't tell me in advance, like you told me at sound check, because we had the fire marshal come in and say, no pyro tonight, we can't do the pyro tonight. And I was kind of bummed. I was like, man, that's always like one of the most fun things is to have the pyro going off and stuff. And you come over to the drum riser, you're like, don't worry, we got this covered. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, we got a delivery coming later. Just don't worry, we got it handled. And I was like,
no, Terry.
What?
No, Terry.
What do you mean? What do you mean we have this handled? What are you talking about? And then you told me what was going on. I was like, oh, this is going to be epic. Yeah. That was pretty darn cool.
If you can imagine, though, we've not been able to play for the last year. So we've wrote 20 songs, 2 albums, 5 graphic novels, and been building a load of stuff for the new stage show. The new stage show is awesome. Definitely not safe, but
safety third.
Safety third, always.
Safety third.
Always.
You got to try it out somewhere.
Oh man! So we are going to bring it big style, and also we've got to get you back over to Europe. We have loads of stuff. 2022, we are playing over in Australia. We're doing the Mad Max 40-year anniversary party.
Awesome.
And we're also playing Japan. We've been asked to tour Japan. So
fantastic.
Exciting stuff. Mechanized, over to you. What is your most fun, crazy memory of Wasteland?
There are so many, and some of them we are possibly not allowed to share on air. But
most,
Most of them.
most really.
no, well, I think my first time ever coming to Wastelands, coming out of the RV and being me, I've just come out barefoot and hopped on the ground and all this, was really excited. And then someone coming to me and said, "You should not do this. You're out in the desert. We have mating season of the scorpions and tarantulas." So I was like very quick back in our van. I had the biggest plateaus boots on and never took them off ever again, really. That's something which, I never forget in my life. I'm terrified of these things.
It was a crazy time. Skelly, what's your most wildest moment at Wasteland?
Well, it's kind of a tie between doing the karaoke at the tiki bar or when we found that fairground at night after a gig. There was a bloody fairground with live attractions.
Oh, yes, that
all
was
sorts of
really
shit.
awesome.
Shooting a t-shirt cannon at a target.
That was bizarre, wasn't it? We had Lord Humongous was with us as well, wasn't he?
He was.
But what I love after our shows is the after show as well in
At the
in the
Thunderdome that
Thunderdome.
night.
Dance party in the dome.
That's for me my highlight as well. I love going crazy in there.
Also, the last time we were there, we accidentally got Mark Corduroy's missus very, very drunk.
We didn't.
Accidentally.
We did not.
She
No.
was trolleyed. She was absolutely trolleyed.
That wasn't entirely our fault.
That
It
wasn't
was
our
not
fault.
our fault this time.
No.
That was yes, but she was super drunk, which is always
We had
cool.
fun, but we had fun.
We had
Yeah.
fun. So, Stig, what's your wildest memory apart from nearly falling through our RV roof?
RRRV. It wasn't
that's
that wild.
right.
I think our first, probably again the first year there, and it was probably a combination or two, but all around the D's. It was either, strangely enough, the wet t-shirt shower competition, because that was
Stimulating.
Did you win it by any chance?
no, but I had a hand at it.
Oh,
Matron.
So, yes, because I actually climbed up on top of it and realized how unsafe that bloody structure is. Well, especially when you've been drinking Warboy Destroyer as well. And then later on, down at the fire pit, when they got the tunes banging out, that was quite impressive. At like 2-3 in the morning, and you're just out there under the desert sky, and it's hot and it's warm. There's just friendly people everywhere, and even I can dance then.
I think for me, one of the most strangest ones we had is me and Skelly. This was the first year at Wasteland, and we were lining everybody up with our legendary V2A firewater, which is very alcoholic. So we were getting all the War Boys very, very drunk. Captain Mayhem, who was the leader of the War Boys then, was very, very drunk and decided to go on top of the D's and then do a striptease down to his red pants.
T's on the D's.
Yeah, striptease on the D's.
These.
On
It
the
was-
pole.
It was, definitely strange. So, over to Makeshift Sir. Quick question to you then, Makeshift Sir.
Yeah.
So, what is your favourite part? So, if you met somebody brand new who was going to Wasteland Weekend, what would you tell them to go and investigate or see?
Oh, shoot. I think the coolest part about Wasteland is tribe hopping, going from camp to camp, kind of getting their story, figuring out, what they do different. And almost every tribe has some like game to play or some mission to send you on, or, some bit of entertainment to take part in while you're there. And a lot of tribes do have bars.
Yeah.
But you have to be close friends with them. So be friendly.
Be friendly and carry caps.
Yeah.
Definitely. So that's normally what we do on a Thursday night is we go with the War Boys and try and go to everybody else's camps and drink all their alcohol. That is the tactic, but normally fails miserably. So, Nick, what would you suggest if you were chatting to somebody brand new to Wasteland? What would you say?
Brand new. I mean, I would have to put together like a list of like, you need to do this and you need to do that and you need to do that, and make sure you're available during this hour so you can see the car show. Make sure that you go to this club on this particular night, or go to this bar on that particular night. Like, try to point them in the direction of the hot events of each particular night and stuff like that. I remember you and I went to the drag show one of the nights too, and it was like one of the most fun
That was good,
experiences.
yeah.
They were doing drag karaoke,
Yeah.
And that was a blast. And it was like, okay, make sure you gotta hit up the drag karaoke on, Saturday night or whatever night it was, kind of thing.
That was the Boulay brothers doing Dragula, right?
I
think
don't
that was.
remember.
I think it
Yeah,
was.
might
We
be.
don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, so
I
they
think
had
Nick
that
would-
whole reality show, and they did their finale for that episode on the Wasteland stage.
Oh, right.
Ah.
Oh,
Yeah.
did they? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I don't even remember. I remember somebody.
We were
I
very
remember
drunk.
somebody's doing karaoke to AC/DC, and all I remember is the guitar solo, and I
And you were
can't.
headbanging.
I can't properly describe nor can I mimic what happened during the guitar solo, but it left an impact that will never ever leave my consciousness ever. I will never ever be able to listen to AC/DC the same after that particular drag show. It was amazing.
How did we end up there? I think we were trying to follow the War Boys, got lost.
No
and-
idea, which
I have
usually
no idea.
happens. We're wandering somewhere and we get lost, and then you find somebody 4 hours later.
Yeah, how it happens.
It is
That-
like herding cats with the War Boys. It definitely is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Drunk cats. Yeah.
Very drunk cat. So, Skelly, what would you recommend to people? What?
Hydrate and stay hydrated.
Well,
good
no,
advice. Good
Yeah.
advice.
Yeah.
that's good advice from a man with a beard. But what else would you do at the festival?
Myself at the festival.
Well, where would you recommend? Where would you
your
recommend to go
hands.
and see? And what are you doing with your hands? It's-
I saw that picture of myself earlier, and what can I say? Tensions are high. I would recommend the karaoke bar and the fun fair because they're a lot of fun.
They are.
Yeah.
Also, it was only the last time we went, me and Skelly found out that the drinks are free.
Oh yeah, the Atomic Cafe.
We didn't
No
know.
one told us that it's free.
Oh.
The Atomic Cafe as well.
Yes, go there. It's the big bit in the middle. We didn't even know what it was. We
Well,
thought,
I knew it was a
The
bar
big
cafe
sign that
because it
says Atomic Cafe. Isn't that
Well,
the
yeah,
other
but
one?
it didn't say free. It didn't say come on, it's free.
Which
And
idiot's going
Northern
to do
type
that?
has
Eh?
kicked in.
oh yeah, we were loving it there, and we were loving it.
What was his other tent? When we went around, because I'm cropped
There's a
with
lot of
names.
tents.
There's a lot of tents.
No,
Lot of
yeah, there was
tents.
this tent, and you had to go through the tunnel. It was
You
like a
narrow it down.
tunnel wall.
Yes, where they had the antifreeze, the green and the orange. Is that what you're
No,
talking
they
about?
had
No,
like
okay.
a spinning wheel.
You got spanked on the bum.
Oh,
Yeah, and then we
Oh.
went. I don't know when,
Oh,
but that was
the-
fun.
The
I had to
casino?
drink, thankfully. No, it was not the casino.
No.
No.
Is it not?
No,
Yeah, well, it
Casino
was.
deal.
Yeah, it was
casino's in the
casino.
middle. It's not the casino.
no, not the casino.
Casino-
It was on the
casino's open air.
outside. It was on the outside. It was not there last year. Or
And you
the year
spun the
before.
wheel?
You spun the wheel,
Yeah.
and you either got your ass slapped, or you had
Oh.
to drink, or you had to strip, or you had
Yeah,
to
to
do
give a lap
whatever.
dance.
Or lap
Doc's-
dance. Yeah.
Doc Schofield's Drifters does a wheel, and they've got shots that are named after emotions like hate and rage and love. Was that it?
I think that might have been it.
Ah.
But I think stick pulled out. You didn't.
They were all
you
forfeits.
didn't- Yeah, but you didn't spin the wheel. You
No,
pulled out.
I
Let us
went.
spin
I
the
went.
wheel.
I went, Mr. Grumpy Bastard, didn't I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did. But I spun
Yeah.
it twice, and I had to drink
I haven't done that
twice.
since I shat myself.
Yeah, the only trouble with Wasteland is you find somewhere really cool and you can never find it again. And also, when you ask
Yeah.
people what time is things on, they go, when it's darker. What
Yeah.
time is
Yeah.
when it's
Yeah.
darker? What does that mean?
When I've had a few more bevies. When I'm feeling it. When I'm feeling ready.
We always miss stuff. So let's just do a quick one. Let's do a quick round of what's hot this week. Are you ready, guys? So we've got another jingle and what is cool in the world, and we can go around and see what everybody is. Also, please post up your questions, guys. We have Makeshift and Nick, the drummer, on. So please, guys, post up all your questions. Cool. I'll get the ball rolling. So what is hot? Hopefully we are actually talking to brothers and we're trying to get some V2A sponsorship. Hell yes.
Yes.
No.
We're getting,
Oh, yes.
we're getting
can't
V2A
end badly,
sponsorship
can
for
it?
the one drink you like.
Yes.
Hmm. Hey, Skelly, any chance you reckon that's going to get up to Manchester or down to, where am I? Wales? Glasgow?
Glasgow
Well,
now.
we can hope not. Sugary
Yeah.
stuff.
So let's start bump corner. So Nick, what is hot this week, sir? In your life or on TV or you're doing or what's going on? What's cool?
Okay, so what's I went to a cool place this week that I didn't know existed. That's probably been here in Southern California longer than I have, and I didn't know about it. There's a place called Frank and Sons showroom or something like that. It's basically Comic-Con, but 3 days a week, all year round. And it even has like a line that wraps around the building twice, like you would expect at a comic book convention or
Wow.
something like that. And it's all collectibles, and it's all pop culture and collectibles and vintage stuff like that. It's basically like being on the floor at a comic book convention.
Bloody hell.
And I had no idea that it was here. And I went on Wednesday for the first time. And it's about, 45 minutes east of where I live. And it was amazing. And they're open 3 days a week, and they're always there. And I never knew this place existed for as long as I've lived here. And so that was brand new to me. And I'm still on very much a high of just getting to walk around that thing for 4 or 5 hours.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Wow, never even heard of that. Just a quick one, guys.
Yeah.
There is a Umbrella Academy card game. It was on Kickstarter. It's actually really good. It's about a 20-minute game for 1 to 6 people. Awesome.
Nice.
So I thought I'd just throw that one in because we're just talking a bit of a geek. So over to Makeshift.
Yep.
Yeah. Over to Makeshift, sir. So what is hot this week for you, sir?
Yeah, last week Netflix dropped The Tribes of Europa first season. I really like this show. It's really easy watching, easy to follow. Got some great apocalypse tropes. It's obviously a big remix of all things we know post-apocalypse, but I think they're doing it well.
Oh, wow. It's German, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, it's German, and there's a little bit of what do you call it? Janglish, German and English together.
What can I say? I'm not saying a word here.
Yeah.
I watched it dubs because I was taking notes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I didn't watch it in the German.
So Mechanized reckons she's German, but she keeps getting pulled up by German fans and stuff saying
Jury's out on that one.
Yeah, we're not sure. We think she's Welsh. Just very confused.
Or from Essex.
Or Essex, yeah, confused Welsh
I just
person.
let you talk.
Oh, go on then, Mechanized, over to you next. So what's hot for you this week?
Let's say it in German.
But say it in German.
Well, there's not much hot going on here at the moment, other than watching television. And I'm actually starting the new series with Charlie Borman, By Any Means. You know him maybe with his bike trips around the world. And with Hugh McGregor, and he does his own shows. So on this one, By Any Means, is they're traveling to Australia by any means of transport. So it's on a camel, on a bike, on a car, on a boat, or whatever. So it's quite pretty good, and we enjoy it.
Oh wow! So a quick question. We've just got a question here from Dean. How big is actual Wasteland Weekend? So Makeshift, would you like to answer that one, sir?
Yeah, it's tough to say how many acres. Now I got to look this up, but I know it's in 2019 there were about 5,000 people that showed up.
Wow.
So that's a good sized party, and it takes, if you go the long way, it takes about 10 or 15 minutes to walk across, but you're never going to get there in 10 or 15 minutes because you're going to stop along the way at every camp,
Yeah.
So it really takes about all day to cross.
Have you, what other post-apocalyptic festivals have you been to?
I've been to Detonation at Uranium Springs. That's the one in Arizona. That one is, I think, about 500 to 700 on average. And that is it. But I've been to the Wasteland Car Show. That's pretty badass. That's in Southern California too. And there's a ton around the country that are a few hundred people kind of on average.
Apox East.
Apox East.
Yeah,
Apox
I'm trying to get up to that one because I'm from New England. So
Ian Chapel.
Wow. Excellent. Yeah, well, we are hopefully going to be playing that one if we are allowed out the country. So super excited about that. It looks amazing. It looks really, really great. So Stig, over to you. What's hot this week, sir?
Oh, Charlie Sheen. Check out the Yahoo Entertainment interview with him if you want a bit of a look back on 2.5 Men and the winning meme and all that sort of stuff, because I still like him. Bit of a strange guy, but don't forget the tiger's blood. But yeah, Charlie Sheen on Yahoo Entertainment.
Is Charlie Sheen Barry Sheen's brother?
Strange enough, you're completely wrong.
Okay.
Did he make a cleaning product?
Did he make a cleaning product?
What, Mr. Barry?
Mr. Sheen.
Barry Charlie.
Barry Scott and Still It Bang.
Barry Scott! Bang!
It's gone.
So just a quick question over to Nick. So Nick, we will be sending over all the new music for your drums and stuff, sir. So super excited. Who are you currently sponsored by? Should we do a big shout out to your sponsors?
Sure, they would love that, and I get to do the Vanna White thing, and be like, all right. So, I'm currently endorsing Yamaha drums, Peisty cymbals, Regal tip drumsticks, Aquarian drum heads, Pig Hog cables, Coffin case, Kick Pro bass drum pillows, Ultimate Ears in-ear monitors, and SimPad, which makes these cool little blue felts on my thing. Actually, they gave me a set that I use just with V2A that's camouflage ones.
Oh, nice.
I only bring those out for our
gigs,
but those are my specific V2A ones.
We have been asked by a lot of people, is there any chance of any custom V2A drumsticks that you may be throwing off into the crowd at tours and festivals?
But after that last insurance claim.
Right. I haven't I haven't had any so far. All the ones that I use are just my regular ones, which have with my name on them, but I'm not in front of the camera. There we go. These are the ones that I normally use, my Regal tip custom model that they make me, and these are the ones that I have tossed out at our shows. However, maybe for the next big tour that we head out on when we go to Australia or Japan or something like that, maybe I'll have a batch of special V2A ones that have it'll have our logo and maybe like the dates that we're in country or something for. We can always get those done. That I think that can and will happen in the future for us.
Here's a quick sort of round robin thing. What's the favorite thing you've come away from a gig with? Not one you played at, but as an audience, because I love getting drumsticks. I've got Susie and the Banshees drumstick, and I think the other one was the Stranglers.
Did you steal it while they were playing?
No. They threw them out. It's been a day's work. I had decent-sized elbows, and I just go and grab. And I'm tall, so it always helps. Go on. Nobody. Nobody collects anything at gigs.
I've got one.
Go on.
They're mechanized.
I've got a corner of a Depeche Mode towel of Dave Gahan. Yes.
All right.
Has it still got Gahan sweat on it?
Possibly. He vibrated in our way.
In the shrine.
In the shrine.
Drone?
I've got, well, first of all, every time we do a gig or a festival, we always end up coming back with more power cables than we went with.
And normally alcohol as well, when you play bigger venues.
I think the coolest one I was at, I was at a Nine Inch Nails gig, and I was talking to a English goth band, and at that very moment, I had one of the security people come over and say, Trent's having a party. Do you want to come backstage? I was like, in your face, goth band. And off I went. It was a bragging right. It was very, very fun. Very, very fun. So anybody else? Nick, you must steal loads of stuff when you're drumming.
I don't steal anything, but I have started accumulating guitar picks from different groups and stuff like that.
Guitar picks,
I mean, sometimes they'll be like, I just find them on stage when I'm done playing with whoever, and I'm like, oh, one of your picks, and it's got your name on it. I'll keep it. Or sometimes I've gotten them from shows or whatever, and just happen to find them. So I've got a pretty big guitar pick collection that I didn't realize I had until recently, where I was like, damn, I got a lot of these. So I'm going to do something special and mount them or put them up in the wall. I've redecorated my house with all kinds of concert memorabilia, and I have like one wall that's all just autographed posters and pictures and stuff like that. And then the rest of it's all accomplishments from various stuff that I have. I have a big picture of us from Wasteland framed above my couch in the living room right now. And I got some other Wasteland stuff that I'm going to be putting in like a shadow box, and various V2A memorabilia that we've done, set lists, and some stuff left over from our shows that I'm going to have to put into a frame at some point and find some wall space for soon.
Awesome.
Doug in Chatville's got says he's got one of Tim's dreadlocks from Attack.
Oh God!
We all know what Attack stands for, don't we?
Attack.
All hail the Crimson King. Come
Okay.
on. You think you know your wasteland lore?
It sounded like you were setting up a joke.
I thought
Yeah,
it was.
exactly. I was waiting for the ta-da.
Who's the Crimson King?
That's from oh come on,
King-
the
Harry
gunslinger,
Potter.
gunrunner. No, gunslinger.
Is it Gunslinger or
Harry Potter's that?
Harry
Not,
Potter.
it's not Harry Potter. It's not Harry Potter.
It's
Harry
not a
Potter-
reference to
Harry
the
Potter
band
Gunslinger.
King Crimson. No.
Gun.
Lord
I
of
just-
the Rings.
Is it to do with Morris dancing?
It's not. It's
No.
Morris than Harry Potter.
I think we're going
I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed to
here.
read it. It's
Anyway,
scary.
meanwhile, back to my question.
Dark
Set
Tower.
list is
There it
obviously
is.
a popular one because then at least you can remember what the hell the band played,
Yes.
even if the band can't remember. And I'm looking at you three.
Assuming the set list accurately reflects what's actually on the set.
I do have a
Well,
tendency.
who writes the set list?
Yeah. Yeah. That is an in joke within V2A. I do have a tendency of writing the set list down completely wrong. So we always have this magical moment when we're trying to work out what is next.
Or
But-
queuing
but-
the wrong versions of a song,
Exactly. Who
Yeah.
knows?
which
Who
I
knows?
recall happening one night in Germany when a song
Keep
came
them
on. I'm
guessing.
looking at my list going, that's not right. Uh-oh.
Ah,
But at least you know when the last song is, don't you, Drone? Unlike some people. Hi, Meg.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. So mechanized always goes, and this is our last song. And I'm going,
No, it's not.
it's not.
No,
It's
no.
Got
not.
like two more.
Yeah,
Or
we're
when
only
the
halfway through.
gladiators come on.
It doesn't
When the,
always do that. Come
when
on.
the gladiators come on.
Yeah.
I take credit for that. Yes.
It's just and also so last time we've also got for the people out there we have a bit of an ongoing challenge with Wasteland Weekend is we try and do is bring as many people on stage as humanly possible before the stage collapses, and I think we're up to nearly 60. So you can always tell our gig beforehand because there's like about 100 people stood backstage all right, ready to come charge limbering up.
Yeah.
And it's just chaos. So Makeshift, have
Yeah.
you ever been on stage with us?
Yes, I've been on stage with you guys, but sneaky ninja style. Like go up that back ramp, cut off to the left, and I'll be up there with the
have
go-go
a cloak like
dance,
Harry
kind of
Potter.
shooting down on the stage.
An invisibility
Yeah.
cloak.
And
So,
you have your father
I
to
need
come
to-
say hi.
Yeah, I need to go and just get up there and dance with the War Boys.
That's it.
Yeah,
You should do.
Definitely. How
Yeah.
about next time we play Wasteland Weekend, you join us on stage for a song?
Oh hell yeah! I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm
that'd
in.
be cool. That would be awesome because,
Yeah.
as I said, you are a ninja at Wasteland Weekend. So I've seen all the videos and go, I was there. There's us.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and we've never met.
I
We've
get that
never
all the time.
met. So what have we got? Have we got any more people who've been zip ties?
What?
Zip ties there.
Zipty.
Zip ties turn up.
Hello, Zipty.
I'm okay. Okay, fair enough. I'm
Hello.
really,
I thought it was
really
something to take-
confused now.
Oh, it's
So,
something to take
a quick question to Makeshift. So,
Yeah.
on your amazing podcast, which we
Yeah.
were lucky, we had an awesome time on. So, thank you very much for inviting us. It was
Yes.
so much fun. When is V2A on, and how can other people or how can all the fans listen to your podcast?
Yes. So, we had a great interview. I'm so excited about this one. Your episode is going to drop on April 8th. And of course, you can get it early if you join the Apocalypse Post Patreon, which is patreon.com/the Apocalypse Post. But yeah, I cannot wait. And you can hear that. It'll drop on YouTube, on the YouTube channel, and you can find it anywhere you get your pods. So it's on Spotify, it's on Apple, it's on Google. So the
Wow.
Apocalypse Postcast.
Amazing. Also,
Excellent.
please, everybody, check out the Apocalypse Posts videos on YouTube. They are awesome, amazing quality, really, really fun. You're in the mix with all the big players and all the craziness. So wherever the crazy stuff's going on, you are there. Do you ever have to worry about your cameras getting sort of soaked in fake blood and urine and all the rest of the stuff?
Yes. So definitely after a
Which is
a
that's
funny
just
story. Yeah.
after
just leave.
Aesthetic Meat Front Show, there's definitely blood on
Oh.
the camera. It is always covered in dust, so I need to like airbrush
Yeah.
it down after like pretty much every night. But the big one is the freaking fire breathers see the camera and they just fire
Oh, yeah.
into the camera. So I'm always wondering when my lens is going to get a little singed.
Well, on the bright side, it looks like you do still have both eyebrows, so
Yeah.
all good there.
Yep.
So Nick, what is it like being a drummer playing in a desert in an outdoor venue?
Well, I can tell you that there is no possible way to clean the dust out of your drum equipment.
Yeah, I just want to say sound check in
And
the biggest dust storm.
right? The
Yeah.
sound
Yeah,
check alone
there's
is
that,
enough
yeah.
to do it. But I have dust that, like, to this day, I'm still finding in all the nooks and crannies and crevices of my drums that I know exactly where it came from. Like, and it's probably not from last year or the year before, or it's probably from like 4 years ago, the first Wasteland that we did, where like I still have dust and dirt caked into all of the cracks and crevices of my drum hardware. It will never go away. It will always. My boots are like permanently stained tan now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yep, we do.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
great too because you pull that gear out to go back to Wasteland the next year, and you just smell the Mojave. It's got this scent that just calls you home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It is amazing, but also you do an amazing job. Yeah, you know, on stage, it's such a great show. So please, guys, check Nick out. As I said, we've been offered some tours, a West Coast and East Coast tour in the States, but that is whenever we can come over. We've just got to make sure COVID sort of
When
settles
that
down.
happens.
Yeah.
When that happens, I'm actually going to be out by you guys in the fall again. If travel is kind of
Yeah.
easier,
Yeah,
I will be in the UK in late October, around Halloween time and stuff like that. I'm going to be out by you guys, but it's again if things are alleviated with travel restrictions and stuff like that. So
yeah, totally. But it's awesome to meet everybody from the Wasteland because it's such a close family, and it feels like when you've been to Wasteland Weekend along with other people, you're bonded with them for life. If that makes any sense, the feelings and the atmosphere is like nothing else on the planet. So, Mechanized, what do you think about that? The whole sort of Wasteland feeling and the camaraderie between all the different tribes.
It's just unique, you know. I mean, we've been on all the different various festivals around the world, and you know, they all are amazing in their own style. But Wasteland Weekend is just, first of all, I like the sunshine, so that already is a big plus point for me. So it's being in a desert, and okay, the sun does not need to be necessarily a must. You know, the sunstorms we had like last time, that was a little bit of an off-putter, but my skin was very soft. But yeah, I just, you know, but generally, like, Wasteland is growing year by year, and I'm so grateful that people are driving us from A to B and that we do not have to walk it, because it's suddenly, before we're like just a couple of meters down to the city, it's now a mile down the city, and to walk that, you know, constantly in heat, it's not really the best thing. So yeah, you need some sort of transport arrangements that helps. But it's like, yeah, but the tribes, I never, you know, they're all different, obviously, but they're just, everybody's nice, you know, you chat to everybody and everybody's welcoming, and it's just awesome. I just love it being there. It's like my second home from home.
It can look quite daunting from some of the videos. You think, oh, everyone's put so much effort into and money into their costumes and their cars, and some people do. Everyone puts effort in. A lot of people do put some money in. But you just turn up.
I think I had one situation. Someone came to me and says, "Oh, can I have an autograph of you?" I said, "Yeah, not a problem." So he gives me that thing he wants to sign. I turned around, went on this car to use it as an underground to sign on, and suddenly this woman jumps on me. "Don't touch my car! You've ruined my car!" And I'm like, "What?" You know, it's totally. But then she realized who I was, and she apologized. But I was like, I had like near a heart attack.
Probably
Because
thought you were actually riding on the car.
and it was not her car in the first place. I know, but it's
So, Mechanized, would you like to explain to Makeshift how we did the interview with the BBC? So Makeshift, we've got a load of contacts with the BBC. The BBC follow us over here.
Awesome.
Well, over to you, Mechanized.
Well, the problem is, as everybody knows, the reception for internet or phone calls is very, very basic for everybody out in the wasteland. So you have to walk through the desert, through the city to find your signal. So we finally had this signal with the BBC Radio here in the UK, who wanted to do a video call with us. So we finally got this, start the video call. And as most people know, BBC UK is a little bit, guys,
Stuck
what would
up.
you say? Stuck up. Yeah, they don't
Prudish.
prudish. Yes, that's the
Prudish,
word.
yes.
So we start talking, and it was before our interview started. And the guy who set up the call, he's like, "What's happening in the background? Is that a naked lady?" And I'm like turning around, and it was Billy's shower in the background, you know. And well, you have to be naked there to use a shower. And this woman is nicely, giving herself a good shower, and it was fine on camera with the BBC Radio. It was like, oh dear.
At least it was the radio.
At least it was.
Yeah, at least,
yeah.
yeah, but he was a bit shocked. Is that a naked lady showering behind you?
That's
BBC
Far with your
engineers
clothes
for you.
on.
Yeah.
That was like my introduction to Wasteland. Like I showed up, I think, right after that happened. Like literally, like minutes after you were done with that interview, I showed up, and I'm like, "Hey, everybody, what's going on? I got here safe, blah blah blah," and you're all like sitting around like. So we just did this interview, and behind us thing happened, and I was like, "What? What am I here? I just got here, and this is already what's going on."
Brilliant. That's why every time we tour, the BBC always go, "Do you want to call us from wherever you are? We do a video chat." So
Yep.
they've done that a few times actually, which is quite fun. So Nick, who are you coming over to Europe with?
I'm going to be going with Michael Grant and the Assassins. Michael
wow.
Grant's a solo singer, guitar player kind of guy. He used to play in LA Guns for about 5 or 6 years, and then he's now branched out solo. He put a solo record out last year. COVID hit, so unfortunately we couldn't go on tour. We did do some dates in October. We flew out of town because you couldn't play in LA anywhere, but we did play out of LA and out of town a couple of shows in October. But since last October, we've had a tour booked in Europe. We're doing some big festival for Halloween in the UK. I think we're doing maybe 2 or 3 shows around that. And then we're taking off to some other countries in Europe and stuff like that. We're going to be over there for about a month. But it's been booked like a year in advance. We're just really kind of holding out now to make sure that travel allows us to come over there.
Yeah.
We'll put the links out for that if you can send them across to us.
Yeah,
we'll put
definitely.
them on the
Absolutely.
the cult freaks.
Also check
Facebook
if
page.
you're playing on the 30th of October, Halloween, the Saturday night, because we may be doing some big.
Well, if that's
thing.
the thing, all right, yeah, you don't have to say what yet, but
I can't say what.
If that's the case, obviously I'll get to be there and do the gig too. So like, I know I will be there in the country. It's just a matter of where I'm playing that night, if I'm playing that night, and where. So we'll coordinate those schedules and make sure that we'll make sure that happens.
Definitely. So a quick question back to Makeshift. So Makeshift, how long is the Apocalypse Post been going?
We've been going, I think the first episode was in 2014. So 7 or 8 years now. Yeah. It's been going quite a while. So do you do like videos, shoots for bands and yes. And actually,
etc.
Attack for their new album. They handed me a bunch of footage for their music video Antagonist and was like, "Hey, can you make a music video out of this?" And so I cut that. That just released a couple weeks ago, and it's a great tune.
Oh wow! Well, we would definitely. As I said, we've got the new album coming out called Doomsday.
Yeah,
and we would love to have a chat with you about because we've got to create a load of new videos for everything going forward. So definitely, and also Stig is our number one video guy from the internal team. So again,
awesome.
We got multiple cameras, collaborate, and loads of cool stuff.
Hell yes,
brilliant. Excellent. Well, thank you very much. I'm super excited. Also, onto the comic. So, Nick, what is it like actually having your character in the graphic novel?
It's
Yes.
for a
Yes.
nerd like me who likes going to comic book conventions and stuff like that. It's a dream come true. It's so awesome, like being able to flip open a page and be like, hold it up and be like, that's me right there. Look at that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's funny because like I'll tell like kids about it and stuff like that too that are into comic book culture and everything. And they're like, what do you mean you're in a comic book? I'm like, I'm in a comic, like it's me. And they're like, what do you mean it's you? I'm like, it's me. They drew it to look like me.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, well, what are you doing? And I was like, I blow stuff up. I just,
Hey.
As we do in normal life.
right. Just, I mean, it's just like real life. I just blow
like-
stuff up.
It's like a normal V2A gig, completely.
What's not to like?
It's pretty much exactly the same thing. You know,
So-
I'm just not playing drums.
So the graphic novels drawn by PJ Holden and Gustavo, who are both 2000 AD artists. So if you're a big Judge Dredd fan, there are the top guys from there. The cover was done by Ryan Brown, who does everything for Marvel. He is Mr. Marvel. He is epic. Super excited. Your character has an awesome side story as well. So
I can't wait to read it.
we're going to be releasing another book later on sometime after book 2 of like Tales of the Wasteland, and your character has its own special side story, which is
Oh
quite
my
interesting.
God,
So
that's awesome.
we've weaved something really, really cool into that.
Oh, I can't wait. That's so cool.
Very,
Oh my
very
God,
exciting.
That's exciting.
So-
You got me pumped now.
So Skelly, what was your thoughts about being a comic book superhero?
It's quite exciting. I'm quite excited to see if I die or if I survive, and just to see yourself rendered in art. Because I enjoy my comic books myself, so to actually see the reading and seeing what the little person's doing, oh, that little person's me. That's surreal, but also quite exciting, and nothing like it in the world.
It is going to be awesome.
I'm looking forward to the amazing and creative ways in which the Living Dead drummer gets blown up, as in all the best drummers always get blown up. So,
They always
They
get
don't
blown
seem
up.
to
reappear,
survive,
but,
do they?
yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
seem to survive.
Yeah.
Also in book 1 there is some hidden stuff. So Apocalypse Post may sneak up around somewhere. So keep your eyes peeled, guys. We've got Emil Minty, the Feral Kids in it. Kundalini is super excited. We've got Greg from Fury Road. We've got Dana Grant, the world's best stunt woman. She's in it. Mark Sexton, who's just done the storyboarding for Thor, the new Thor film. So good luck to him. He's in it as well, and he's going to be out and around. I think he's on set the new Thor film. Being a bit like yourself, Nick, I am a massive comic book fan, massive
I'm
Marvel fan.
aware.
I ping poor old Mark Sexton daily trying to get the news about the new Thor film.
I don't
You know,
want to know.
I
wanna
try
be
everything.
surprised, man.
he is so good at not telling me stuff. So I sort of go like, is Galactus still got his purple outfit on? You know,
Trying to
just
poke him a
ignores
little
me.
bit and just be like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I've heard this rumor, right?
God damn, he just doesn't tell me anything. The only thing I
It's
can
really hard for a guy
say-
who talks as much as Mark does.
I think Howard the Duck's in it could say, or he might be. I'm
Oh,
only
well,
joking.
I mean, Howard the Duck's made an appearance a couple of times before. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, no, I think it's Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm still put my money out for Galactus in there somewhere. He's got to be the next big bad guy. It's got to be
Danger Mouse.
Galactus.
They need to do him justice after that Fantastic Four movie they made.
Oh,
years
that was
ago.
a stinker. That was a
Oh,
stinker.
shocker.
Yeah.
They need to redo that for sure.
Which one was that? They've redone it twice.
That was the Silver Surfer one.
That was
Although we're going with
didn't-
Aeon Grufford.
Yeah, I was so
Oh, that was the
excited
one,
for
yeah.
that movie when it came out. And
Yeah.
I
The
saw
second
it
one.
at a drive-in, and I was like, "Oh no!"
and it was and Galactus was a big angry cloud.
It was a
And
cloud.
That was it, wasn't it? It was a
Big
cloud.
cloud.
yeah.
Well, he's not a
Angry
happy
cloud.
cloud, is he? He's not a
No.
happy cloud.
Okay,
He's
on
a
that,
villain. He's angry.
on that point, guys, let's do the.
Backstory.
We've done the what's hot this week. What's now not hot? Okay, you ready? You ready for the jingle?
Wait a minute, let me
Make
brace
shift
myself.
from your editing visual effects.
Don't blink.
Just don't blink and give us your opinion of this.
I love it. I feel like there's a couple opinions embedded in there.
Yeah, yeah. Doctor Who is shit.
You had,
man.
and you had to stick the Luke Skywalker milk in the thing in there. Right away. Like, I saw it right away. And I know we had debates about that movie before. We don't need to bring it up again, but I was like, that's really the first image? Of course it is.
I bring that up every week. So I'll start the ball rolling. So what's not hot this week? So the franchise killer, the Jar Jar Abrahams.
Oh God.
First of all, he took Star Trek, made a couple of films and destroyed the franchise. He then took Star Wars. He could have had Luke and Leia and Han all chatting together, but no, and destroyed the franchise. And now
he can't do it again, surely.
He's doing Superman. So Warner Brothers has spent £500 million on his bad reboot. Yeah, bad reboot company, or robot as he likes to call it. And they are actually doing a load of DC stuff. So great news for Kevin Feige and Marvel, because DC is going to go right down the shitter. So I don't know what happened to him. He used to be really good. He used to come out with really good stuff. But his last few films have all been stinkers.
Would you say somewhere he's gotten lost?
Oh!
I don't get it.
That was very good. So, Makeshift, as a filmographer, what do you think of some of the J.J. Abrahams?
You know, I loved the first Star Wars reboot. I'm sorry, the Star Trek reboot. I thought it was great, a lot of fun, and then it just went straight downhill. I don't know what happened. You know what? Abrams is so high up the totem pole that I think he is so beholden to studios that it's just way too many people getting in the mix, you know?
Yeah. I guess it must get to the stage where you need so much money for the budget that you can it's like a pyramid, so you can only end up talking to a very small group of people.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're down at the indie level, you know, get a decent backer or two, or some sort of Middle Eastern potentate, and that's it. Job's done.
Also, Rise of the Palpatine is going to be the world's worst movie ever.
I thought it was fun the first time I watched it, and then on rewatches, it gets worse and worse.
So literally, they killed off all the Skywalkers, and they stole the name and his wand.
The biggest problem I had with that was the end. The ending of it, where they just literally copied the end of Avengers Endgame 6 months after the movie came out. Where she's like, I'm all the Jedi. I mean, I'm all Iron Man. Like, it was the same goddamn ending.
Yeah.
It's slightly lazy, isn't it?
Insane. I was like, Marvel and Lucasfilm are in the same company. You're across the hall from each other.
Yeah.
Did you just lean over and go, hey, what are you guys doing for the end? All right, we're gonna do that too.
We'll do that.
It's collaboration.
Wasn't the worst bit with the space horses when they're on the side of the Storm Destroyer or whatever? All they had to do is tilt it.
At that point, I was just so checked out of the movie. It was like beat for beat the exact same editing, and the Avengers did it better and did it within the same year. That's the thing. It was like a matter of months beforehand. I was like, you guys did see that movie, right? Like, maybe you should have gone back and rewritten something after that came out. No? All right.
I like the Wedge cameo, though, because I'd met him at a buffet table at Fell of a Sci-Fi a couple of years ago. I thought,
drop that one in.
The cheese with that, man.
Eat cheese.
Oh.
We had a bit of cheese together.
I must admit, there was a moment in that film when I thought they'd killed Chewbacca, and I literally, in front of sat around loads of families and kids, and I went, fuck this, and I was just going to stand up and walk out, and they was like, he's not really dead, he was on a different spot. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Children have to explain that to you.
Yeah, sorry kids, I didn't mean to blurt that out.
Crying.
But if Chewie had died, I was going to walk out. I'm not putting up with that crap. So Makeshift, what is not hot this week for you, sir?
You know, I had a hard time picking something out, but there was some real world news that came out today with the U.S. bombing Syria. Just trying here we are trying to start the real world apocalypse when we're not even done with the last one yet.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Was that today?
That was today, this morning or something like that. Yeah, the news broke today anyway.
Oh, my God.
All right. Oh, wow.
Not over here, it doesn't.
Not over here, it hasn't hit yet.
It's some proxy force for Iran is what they're calling it. So I don't know.
Oh, gosh. Oh, my God. So over to you
Great.
then, Nick. What is
Well,
not
that's-
hot this week?
I don't know. That's a downer. It seems like anything else after this is like, well, is that really important now? Like I was, I got booked to go up and do this live stream tour with this other industrial band in a couple weeks, and they were flying me first class, and they decided to shoot in LA instead. So I'm not flying first class anymore next week like I thought I was going to. But really, at the end of the day, that doesn't matter now that we're bombing a country.
That's it.
You're
Really just like,
Wow.
you know? I'm upset that my first class flight was canceled, but
Well, where were you going to fly to? Where were you going to fly to?
I was just going up to like Seattle.
All right.
We're shooting a series of live stream concerts where we play live, but in a studio, and it's broadcast in different countries and stuff. And they just originally they were going to shoot in Seattle, and they just changed locations to shoot in LA. So now instead of having to fly, I just get in my car and drive. It's way easier, way more convenient, but flying first class would have been fun.
Yeah.
Plus, of course, driving your car in LA, it probably takes longer than it would have done if you flown to Seattle.
It probably is going to take me longer,
It is
You're
very
right.
funny.
Spoiled flying for you, though. You can't go back to normal.
I got some real first world problems over here.
Definitely mechanized. So what's not hot for you this week?
Well, seeing that we are in a world pandemic and everything, the biggest booba this week was Mr. Potato is not Mr. Potato anymore.
Actually, that's
Oh,
been
Mr.
debunked.
Potato.
He is still Mr. Potato. The company that made
is
him
he
have
back
come and
now,
said
Mr.
Mr. and Mrs. Potato are sticking around. So that's been.
Oh, they did?
Oh, they did.
Oh,
That's good to
When?
know.
so
'Cause
so
I
it's
heard-
not chips for Mr. Potato.
Okay, then it's
Oh.
not bad news then.
So pick
I
something
heard-
else.
No
Pick
chips.
something
Find
else.
something else.
Okay, then what's not hot is that I'm laying in bed, the sunshine is outside, and I can hear the motorbikes going down the motorway. So I'm really peeved about that.
Oh.
Well,
Oh,
that's upsetting that you're
Well,
stuck in bed.
You gotta get yourself
things we know
ready.
around here has been out on their bike in the last couple of days.
I know. and I don't mention any names who sends me pictures being out on the motorbike.
I was out again today as well.
That's a really
Yeah.
nasty
Potato.
thing.
Ask,
yeah.
friend.
Had to go get
So-
potato for your head.
So, Skilly, for you, what is not hot this week?
Well, before I go on to that, I want to do a little bit of an aside because I heard you once again took another pop at the pile of poo that is New Who, and something occurred to me that maybe you didn't know. Were you aware that Mr. Brian Blessed was in an episode of classic Doctor Who?
Oh,
No. Oh,
And you know sometimes sometimes you're watching the telly and if it's recorded in the 80s, it's not got good sound mix and you can't always tell what everyone's saying. You don't have that problem when he's talking.
well, that's true. It's a trap.
He shouts a lot on it. It was very entertaining. But what's not hot this week, at the risk of making a massive generalization, BMW owners.
Okay. Would you like to give us a bit more information on that, or just you
That's
just don't like BMW?
Sure,
Yeah.
that's enough.
In general,
This one wasn't even bloody driving, and he still managed to be a complete prick. It's a global pandemic. No one's got anywhere to go. And for some reason, he's prioritized getting his car washed. So he's had some mobile service rock up into a private car park. He's pulled his car out and parked in front of it for more than an hour while they're pressure washing his car. Well, that's okay. Luckily, I don't need to go anywhere today. We're all lucky we don't have to drive anywhere. It's a little bit selfish. Priorities are maybe a little bit out of whack.
He
Okay.
probably had to get the remains of the drugs off there from his last run across.
Well, they were really blasting the front grille, so I don't know. He's
Yeah, that'd be good then. Yeah. Well,
If you are watching this this stream and you do have a BMW, Skelly's not referring to
go
you.
to hell.
I think he is.
no.
Pretty sure he is.
And don't get me started on Audi drivers.
Oh no!
Oh,
Massive
what have we
generalizations.
started?
Oh, Stig, off to you now. What's not hot? Oh God, here we go.
Well, this will really piss Drone off because it's a BBC thing.
Boo.
What's not hot is that if you've got any memories or enjoyment of Gambon, Hammerhead, the fact that Top Gear is now vacating the Dunsfold racetrack for the first time in 90 years for its 30th season, that's it. Dunsfold is no more. The Top Gear track is no more.
Is it?
Oh,
wow.
Whoa.
They're redeveloping it for
Oh wow!
housing. There you
Oh,
go.
God.
They are. So I think I said, doesn't matter what you think of what Top Gear was or is, but it's yeah.
I
was
like
a
the
good
old
program.
one. Yeah.
Oh, you
Oh,
did,
that's
yeah.
that's
So,
that's
yeah,
a
so no more.
That is a real shame.
So, now due to BBC cuts, they've got Scare Electric going around the canteen at Benidorm.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
not actually true.
I'd watch
That's not a fact.
You know, you
Mistake.
mentioned that not Top Gear. We watched something on Amazon that's
No.
actually that falls in this not hot category, in my opinion. Great Escapes. What a lot of shit is this?
Oh, what, with the hamster.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
glad somebody
like,
else watched that and has
oh.
put me off it.
Honestly.
Makeshift. Nick, have you seen that? It's
Not yet.
Hammond's
No.
You
new
shouldn't.
TV.
Don't.
Oh,
Where does the hamster have to escape
Don't.
from? Do we want to know?
Oh.
Probably a
desert
cage.
island.
A very small cage with a wheel in it.
Is it post watershed?
Well, the hamster is funny, but oh,
it's
Where's the
God.
not good.
You know, even when you're ill and you are forced to watch television, you turn the television off. That's how good.
Oh, wow. Well, sometimes really
no.
bad stuff can be a lot of fun, right?
No, but
If
that
you-
was seriously, it was
Yeah.
not.
Talking of Prince Harry on Oprah, do we have a hands up for whoever gives a toss about that? No, nobody. There we are. That's exactly what I expected.
I don't like it when Prince Harry puts his hand
Sorry.
up
Yeah,
when he's at a
well,
when he's at a costume party.
I thought it was quite funny when he said he was walking away from the royal family.
I
That,
say
that
hi,
well-known
I say-
ginger-headed royal family.
I say hi, Harry, and he goes, "No, Harry, no."
No, Terry. No, Harry.
Yeah, so I don't know
Terry.
if Makeshift and Nick, you know that. So Skelly, would you like to just explain that joke to
Oh, no,
the
Terry.
guys?
I have no
Because
idea what
this
you're
is
talking
actually
about.
this is real. Yeah.
He landed himself in a spot of bother some years ago by dressing as a Nazi to a costume party, which ain't cool. It's not cool. It's not
It's not
funny or
cool.
It's
Oh,
not big
yeah.
or
Very, very frowned upon in society.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and obviously the royal protection said, mate, that's not a good idea to wear that to a fancy dress party. But he did, and had loads of photos. So there you go.
Wow.
Especially
So-
after all the effort that the royal family went to get their name changed from Hitler to Windsor. Was it Ron Fintroff? What was their name? I can't remember now.
So at some point leading up to that party, he had to order this thing
Yeah.
and then have it in his house and maybe try it on and be like, this is
Yeah.
a good idea.
Yeah, and then the security guys drive him to the party, dressed
Right.
as Adolf Hitler. And
In
you
a
go,
tank.
Did nobody
Oh,
go?
no.
Yeah, did nobody go? This is not a great
Yeah,
idea. Not a good
Yeah.
idea.
Wow.
Okay, then, guys, it is the fact or fiction result time. Are you excited? Are you ready for the jingle? Are you
Yes.
ready?
not ready. I'm never
Let's
ready
do
for
it.
this.
Let's do
Race
it.
it.
Are you going to play it?
Yeah,
You see the jingle? I'm ready for it.
It is wildly disappointing, that jingle. Okay, so over to you. First of all, Nick, what was your fact or fiction first? What was your fact or fiction?
Mine was that it was a two-parter that to date we have never once ever rehearsed, and that my very first show ever playing with you guys, you had songs on the set list that I didn't know about,
And had
And
to learn in
that-
the car.
and that is all.
Hold on.
100 Okay.
Stig, what did the audience say? What was the
Oh
voting?
yeah. Okay. What was the
Well,
vote?
for some reason, the audience seemed to believe that V2A are a bunch of unrehearsed idiots and totally believed you.
So they think it's true.
Yeah, they think
Yeah.
it's true. Is it?
Okay, it is true.
Hey!
yeah.
So we have the first time I ever played in person with the band was live on stage in front of a massive sold out
Yeah,
theater.
Awesome.
And that afternoon, you sent me the set list, and I looked at it and I said, hold on a minute, because there were songs listed on there that I had never heard of that you didn't send me in advance. So I literally just listened to them in the car on the way to sound check. And the first time I had ever played them, the first time I ever threw a stick down on the drums on those songs was during the show live.
Awesome.
It was
That's
100%
what
true.
You are professional.
We pulled it off without a hitch. No one knew the difference, and we've been playing those songs for years since. But that first night was, oh my god, oh my god, what am I getting into?
I do love it though, because a lot of bands they over rehearse and it sort of kills the excitement and the enjoyment. So normally we sort of all rehearse at home in our own time and then come together. So the only time we ever actually, how about this in Makeshift? The only time we've ever played together is when we're playing live
But
on
it
the
is because
stadium or
everybody from the band is in different areas of the world.
Different
Yeah.
countries
We're,
and
we're
stuff
never
like
in the
that.
same room. So
This
we
is-
will rehearse, but
Yes.
not all together in the room.
But I
Yeah.
did
Right.
give Nick totally the wrong set list and songs that
was
were
right.
on the
Absolutely did. You
That's maybe
sent me a file of all the songs. You sent me a file of all the songs we were going to play on that run of shows that we were doing.
May I say I
And-
was not involved in this email campaign.
a list of ideas and
Nothing to do
possibilities.
with me.
And yep, literally like hours before the show, you emailed me, here's the set list for tonight. And I looked and I'm like, that list does not match the songs that I've been practicing.
Well, we can't have you leaking it online, can we? It has to be released just hours before the show.
Yeah. It's like Marvel.
I think you'll find that's what drone classes
But
as an
you think you
interview.
can tell your drummer what you're going to be doing, especially considering he had never played with you before at that point.
Yeah, we didn't know you. We didn't know if we could trust you. It was a test. In the circle of
Oh,
trust, can you enter the circle?
And now we know
yeah.
we can.
Yeah, I had to
And-
earn the trust.
And you did stay, you didn't run off. So that's
This
always a
is
plus.
true. This is true. I've been there since.
So I will start sending you over some of the new songs, sir, for your drums. There are 10 tracks on the new album, and it's called Doomsday, and they are a monster. This
Thank
is
you.
V2A on another level. I'm super excited about this.
I
We've
can
also
say
got a new UK guitarist. So
Oh,
big
cool.
shout out to
Yes.
him.
Oh,
We are
yes.
keeping him hidden until our first gig, and then announcing him with a load of
meet him.
You're
photos.
keeping him
and-
hidden even from the band because I don't know who this person is. I'm letting everybody know they haven't told me. They told me we have a new guitarist, but I don't know who this person is.
It's on a
Come on,
need
if
to
you're not
know.
allowed to know what the set list is, you got no
I
chance.
thought I
actually.
had-
He has,
thought I
had
he has
to get one
survived
or the
the
other.
first.
No blabbing online about it. You'll tell
It's a-
people.
It's a tiered system of trust. First, you get to know what the set list is. Then you get to know who's in the band.
It's like a really shit pyramid scheme.
Awesome! It's so much fun. I love V2A. Makeshift. What was your fact or fiction, sir?
My fact or fiction was that my End Times resume includes a role in a post-apocalypse porno.
Wow.
And-
So first of all, Steve, what did the audience say to that?
Well, the audience totally agreed, and two people want to know where they can find it and how much that's
I personally think it's true, and I've been scouring eBay for a copy, and I can't see it yet. But
He's been
I
on
think it's true.
Pornhub this whole
Yeah.
time. looking-
Pornhub. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also streaming under the desk.
Is that for
Sounds
your
like
is that for your Patreon channel?
Yeah, that one's exclusive.
Now we gave you ideas.
Yeah.
So mechanized, what do you reckon? Fact or fiction?
Fact, please, and send me
I-
the link over.
Oh,
Ah!
oh, Skelly, what do you reckon? Fact or fict?
Yeah, that's a fact. I can
Uh,
smell a fact.
That's you can smell a fact. Nick, what do you reckon?
I'm
Fact or
gonna go
fict?
fact. I'm gonna play the odds on this and say fact.
And for me, Stig, what do you reckon? Well, what do you reckon without what the audience think? But what do you think?
What do I reckon about what the audience think?
No,
what
but
do you
now,
think?
what do you think?
What
Oh,
do you
yeah,
think?
that's what I
You
thought
think
you were
it-
going to say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was trying to say.
I think, given his video background, there's a distinct possibility that he probably had a role of possibly a fluffer. I'm not entirely sure. A PA
Do we have to
fluffer.
explain what a fluffer
And
is?
now-
now?
Oh, yeah, we're good.
That's the
Well,
audience
that's the
thing.
next show.
I personally think. Let's have a quick look at Makeshift. He's got a beard.
Well, scroll
He's got
down, scroll
beard.
down.
Yeah.
He's got a beard, therefore.
He's got a beard and really light blue eyes. So if this guy's not been important,
He's also got a gimp maast over his
So
right
just-
shoulder.
Just look in the camera. Tell me if
He
you've
hasn't got a
come to
gimp
fix the fridge.
mask. Oh, he has.
Yeah, he
he's got a
has.
gimp mask. Oh, it is.
Just test it out. Say you've come to fix the fridge.
What? Buddy, I hear your pipes need cleaning.
Can you do it with a Scandinavian accent?
Oh,
Yeah,
dear.
Scandinavian
Swede.
accent.
Oh no.
Sure.
Yeah,
That's good enough.
no, I can't do it. I can't do it.
In
Hurdy-gurdy?
that case,
Well, you won't
I'll
be-
change
you
your
won't be
mind then.
far
I
from
think false.
An attitude like that.
Do you own dungarees?
Pants?
Yes.
Yeah, I have pants.
Okay,
Jesus.
then.
Okay,
Makeshift.
Stig?
Hold on, first,
Okay.
Stig. What did the audience think? Fact or fict?
The audience definitely think that yes, you are a porn star.
Okay, then hold on. Makeshift. Was that a fact or a fiction?
This was a very carefully worded fact.
Oh.
In
Tell me
2013
more.
or 14, Carl Bartoszinski, who was one of the founders of Wasteland
Yep.
Weekend, started reaching out to Wastelanders saying, "Hey, if someone asked you to be in a apocalypse themed porn as a background extra, would you do it?" And I was like, kind of jokingly, "Of course I would." And he was like, "Okay, we're starting next week." And I was like, so we did all of like the background, like the interim scenes between the sex scenes.
Yeah.
I was not in the sex scenes, but the film's called Apocalypse X. It's actually Googleable, and it is definitely one of the higher quality porn films ever made.
Wow.
Surely check that out.
Just a word of warning. It's not a good term to say reaching out when you're talking about porn films.
The way you might want to reach around.
Yeah. You know. Well, you've definitely got to be the most entertaining guest we've ever had on. This is brilliant. So, Skelly, what was your fact or fict?
Mine was that some years ago, I managed to trick the entire teaching staff of a further education college into thinking that the internet would be-
college.
It was a third-rate college, but that's a different story entirely. I tricked them into thinking that the internet will be down for a day and they'd need to download a hard copy of the internet.
Stig, what did the audience first think?
Well, I think the audience are idiots because they don't think it's true. But I know Skelly's skills with internet speak, and I reckon he could have pulled it off.
He is a good bullshitter.
Or am I
He
thinking
really
about
is.
the porn film? No.
Yeah. So, Makeshift, what do you reckon? Is that a fact or a fict?
I'm gonna go a fict because I don't think they believed it. Like he tried, but I don't think it caught.
Yeah. Where was this up north, Skelly? Was this like Manchester? Because then they would believe this shit.
It's grim up
It
north.
was up north because I'm from the north.
Oh. So, Nick, what do you reckon?
You are
Fact
the
or fict?
Man,
Are they that stupid?
I want this to be true so bad.
Yeah.
I really, really want it to be true, but I'm gonna say fiction, but I really hope I'm wrong. Like I really want it to be true.
That's a good one. So, mechanized, fact or fict?
I have to give him a booster. It's a fact.
I think it's a fact. If we're talking, is it more north than Manchester?
You can't have any secondary
You're getting like
questions on
really
this one.
detailed on
You've been given the fact,
like
fact or fict.
Thinking too much into location, just it's a binary choice. Is it fact or is it a fict? Is it fict or is it
Okay, it's just the higher up the country you go, the more hair people have on their teeth. If you know what I mean.
Can we mute him?
Well, you
Can we
can
mute him, please?
Too much
Scotland
detail
eventually.
now.
I say it's a fact. I say
You
it's a
don't,
fact.
you don't want to piss off the Scottish.
I think we are. So, Skelly, fact or fict?
It's a fact.
Yay!
These were tertiary educators, and the funny thing was, I had an animated GIF that I put on. It was an April Fool's Day thing we orchestrated, and it was a very cunning subterfuge. I made a special page to put on the intranet site for it, and it had this funny GIF where it was trying to download the internet. And it's in 37,000 years remaining, and then it said, "Your disk is full. Please insert another disk into drive A." And then the funny thing is, I wasn't actually working in IT services because that ain't my thing that I do. But I put a little blurb at the bottom when the error hit on the GIF said, "Please contact IT support." And about a dozen people, very angry people, contacted IT support, fully believing it. And they got very angry. And they got very angry at me.
That's outstanding.
I'm so happy I was wrong.
Me too.
Yeah.
Welcome to
Same,
the
I
world of
agree.
V2A. So, mechanized, what was your fact or fict?
Mine were the adventures with the Mayan tribe, where I was eating the Mayan black recado soup.
And the
Ooh.
tattoo.
And the tattoo.
And the
tattoo,
tattoo.
yes.
That was before I got the soup. I had to first show my power and got the tattoo. Then I was allowed to eat the Mayan black recado soup.
So,
I don't
Stig,
think- I
what
don't think
did
you
the
told
audience?
story about the soup. Oh, well, the audience were slightly split, but tended to believe you.
hmm
So I guess, yeah,
makeshift.
they believe you.
Makeshift. What do you reckon? Fact or fict?
From what I know about mechanized, she's up for anything, so I'm going fact.
So she is trouble. Nick,
Yeah.
what do you reckon, sir?
Let's say fact on this one too.
Skelly.
I'm smelling a fict. I'm smelling a fict.
It's probably where you
At least I hope it's a fict.
I would say I think it's probably a fact. I think so. You're never sure with Skelly. Mechanized. She is where there is trouble. As you know, anything is possible.
What?
So mechanized.
What did
Fact
the
or
internet
fict?
think?
What did the
Well-
internet think? They thought it was a fact, didn't they?
The internet, yeah, they were a bit more on the fact than the fict, but it wasn't 100% either way.
Oh,
Oh,
Ooh, all disbelievers. Okay, now, well, it is fict and fact kind of thing.
Ah,
So, I have unfortunately never been to South America, but while I'm now here laying ill in bed, I've got some awesome friends who come from Belize and who make sure that I don't die on any hunger while laying in bed. And they've made me this most amazing Mayan black ricado soup, which is an original Mayan recipe. So nobody else in the country possibly has ever ate it. And I did, and it's mind-blowing. So yeah, thank you. I love you guys who sent me the soup because they were listening today. So I told them they have to come to the show. And yeah, the soup is just amazing.
So soup true, tattoo bullshit.
I just
I thought I praised it. Cut to the chase.
exactly. So on mine, my fact or fict was I nearly blew up a metal porta cabin with a chainsaw.
Oh,
So,
you said you blew up a metal container with a chainsaw.
Did
Yes.
the container have the chainsaw? It's a
I
metal
can't,
container
I
chainsaw.
can't
Now,
say
porta
anything yet.
cabin.
What's the exposition?
It was a metal cabin thing.
And it had a chainsaw.
Yes.
Why did
So-
it have a chainsaw?
Stig, what do you reckon? What did the audience think before?
The audience entirely believed you that you have the ability to chainsaw metal.
Chainsaw metal in calls. So makeshift. What do you reckon? Fact or fix there?
Well, I like where he's going there, and if there is this metal thing and it's got a chainsaw and it's coming at you, the only thing you can do is blow it up. So fact.
Yeah.
Fair dues, yep.
So Nick, we've been on a tour bus together.
Yeah.
We've bonded. We saw what was that band again? Wasteland Weekend, nudie ones who with the chains and the.
I don't
We've seen
remember the
them
name.
together. Oh, we've seen them.
We've definitely, knowing how well I know you, I'm gonna say that, I'm gonna say this is fact.
Oh, Skelly. What do you
It's a-
reckon?
It's a believable premise and it's an ill-advised venture, so I'm going to vote fact.
Fact. Oh my god, I'm not mechanized.
Yeah, knowing you and how chaotic you are, it's a fact.
And it is actually a.
Hold on, I gotta say, he always does this. I'm just a bloody bean counter.
I forgot. So
You
Stig,
carry on. See if I care.
come on,
Laters, bye.
come on.
Oh.
He's because he's Scottish. He's getting all uppity.
I was
Come on.
going to say because you've actually got all your limbs, it must be a fiction.
A fit.
Because anyone who wields a chainsaw like a lunatic, apart from Eminem, of course,
Eminem.
tends to lose limbs.
Eminem. Yeah.
Ba-ba-ba-da-ba.
So it is actually a fact. So what it was, I was paintball marshalling, as you do, and I
Can't have
thought,
chainsaws in paintball. What rules is this?
hold on, just wait till I
He's the marshal.
finish. Yeah,
I'm
I
sorry.
was one of the marshals. I was actually the head marshal, so I was trying to organise the day for these poor people. And of course, with my slightly warped sense of humour, I thought, wouldn't it be funny if, as they come in through this big metal container, I hide
Cut their
behind
legs
it
off.
and pop up with a chainsaw? How cool would this be, right? You know, little did I know that the chainsaw actually leaked petrol, hence it was put on its side. I didn't know, so I was waving it around. And in this porta cabin, this big metal container, they had some sort of gas fires. So the whole thing sort of half of it exploded, and we had to get everybody else out the other side of the container. So it is actually true. I did half blow up a metal container with a chainsaw.
What was the body count?
Well, singed eyebrows is, put it that way. It was wild. It was wild. So
All right, so
just
I was wrong.
yeah, just before we go, guys, I think let's just go round, and because I think we've been on slightly over the hour, and when I say that, it's about 2.
Tell you what, don't bother with mine, will you?
Okay,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
do you
Steve.
first.
No, you just finish off. You're obviously going to.
Ooh.
We all have to get our handbags now.
Yeah. Do you know that one? Makeshift. You have to. So if somebody's being a bit moody, you get your imaginary handbag and you go, ooh.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
So that's good. Come on, Stig. We know you're hid behind your hat.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you, Pat.
It was the magic.
So, final words to your adoring public.
And your fact or fict.
No, fact
So
and
I'm not doing
fict.
fact or fix then. Fair
Oh,
enough.
Do your fact or fict.
Jesus.
Sorry,
Yes,
this
What on
sounds.
your cider? Your cider.
That
You
list
should
may
do
be subject to
cider.
change.
Oh,
Don't-
go on.
don't trust
Sorry.
the list.
What was your fact or fict? Sorry.
Oh, don't bother. Just go.
No,
No,
go
I
on.
want to
No,
know.
come on.
I
That
wanna
I
know.
was. Very
people.
briefly. I was world champion slalom skateboarder at the Trocadero in Paris,
The truck. Oh, right. Now,
which is the bit by
what-
the Eiffel Tower. Leads down to.
so makeshift. Should we let makeshift and Nick know a few more details about you first?
No,
Okay.
because we're getting bored now.
Okay, that will get fact or fict then. Makeshift. What do you reckon?
He's got one of the coolest gray beards I've ever seen. So I'm going, he's a cool dude. He definitely is a skateboarder. Yes. Fact.
Oh, he also says that the mantelpiece matches the fireplace. I'm not sure. I don't know what that means. That's somebody just mentioned that on one of the comments.
Great.
Collar and cuffs.
Nick, fact or
Oh
fict,
my
sir?
Nope, all clean shaven down there.
Oh,
Ladies.
Oh my! Well, that does make you more aerodynamic for this sort of skateboard event that you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know, that is true. I'll go true just because of your aerodynamically shaved nether regions.
I like the logic. Yeah.
Okay, Skelly, what do you reckon? Fact or fict?
Well, I know that when Stig goes to Paris, it ain't to skateboard. It's to drink fine wine and make love to beautiful women. It doesn't skateboard when he's in Paris. It doesn't skateboard when he's in Paris. So I'm going to say that's a big fict. It's a fict.
It's a fict. Mechanized. Is that a fact or a fict? And is Stig's balls nice and smooth?
I wouldn't know.
Okay.
But-
Plural.
No.
But now that he's called the Black Panther, he's not called the Black Panther for
White
nothing.
Panther. It's
Oh,
called
White
White Panther.
It used to be the Black Panther.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the White Panther now. No,
The
but I
White
know
Panther.
it's a fact. So I think it's a fact.
And I think, knowing Stig, and I've known him for about a year now, I reckon it's a
blessed.
fact. I think it's a fact. So, Stig, first of all, what did the audience think?
The audience thought it was complete rubbish.
Okay. Now, Mr. Stig, is it a fact or is it a fict?
Unfortunately, it's fict.
Oh,
I know.
You've got hairy balls.
No.
Put the hat on. Put the hat on.
But the guy who did do that is the guy who taught me to snowboard, lives in Park City, flies for Delta Airlines. He's a snowboard teacher, a guy called Martin Drayton, who's a really cool dude. And
This is the guy that shaved your balls.
That's
No.
what I was thinking.
no, but he has got a shaved head.
All right.
Oh.
Did he watch when you were shaving your balls, or was that somebody else?
No.
Did he encourage?
No, he
Were you
lives in
drunk?
America.
You have to do it over Zoom.
Straight razor or like a Bic?
Manscaped.
Oh, there you go.
3.0.
Oh.
Fancy. Did he get an undercut like me?
And yeah,
Dear audience,
I've never
I
seen you
dearly
undercut.
apologize.
sorry, guys. Yeah,
I'm
so-
not in control. I'm not in control.
There's too much talk of thatches.
So first of all, sorry, makeshift. We're like this all the time, and Nick, you do know because you've sat
Oh,
on
yeah.
a tour bus with us for weeks. So,
Love it.
He's shaved us.
so let's start off in the bottom corner then. So Nick, what are your final words then to your adoring fans? And we would love to see you over in Europe and Australia and Japan.
And you can count on all of those things. I will be there with you. What do I want to say? I just want to say thank you. Thank you for having me on the show. Thank you for everybody who watched. I can't wait to see everybody in person again, which I'm very much looking forward to. And more importantly, I am looking forward to the next time that we all get to be on stage together again. That's
Yeah.
Awesome. Yay. And we've got a ton of videos for the new album to record. And so also everybody who owns the last album, I'm just trying to think what was on that. You were on the last album cover.
Yep.
So Nick is the drummer and he's over on the far right-hand side. So
the guy
Nick
without
is,
clothes on.
yeah, the nudie guy.
By the
The
way,
one who's not any of us.
Yes.
does my comic book counterpart, is he
Yes.
clothed? All right. 'cause in the last-
Sometimes.
No, sometimes,
Sometimes.
yeah, the shirt falls off a lot.
Because I was gonna
when he
say
runs.
in that last issue, I didn't wear a shirt ever in that, and I was like,
Yeah.
my character doesn't wear clothes, I guess.
I think you wear trousers, but your shirt, it's like
Right.
David Hasselhoff. If you run, your shirt flies off for some reason.
I got
Yeah.
you. So I frequently am without a shirt. That's I
You
mean,
got it, flawed it.
it's part for the course, par for the course.
You see, our people on the chat already are getting very excited.
Right, I can
Yes.
see that. Right.
Yeah, you're very popular with the European ladies. Would like to say hello. That's all we can say.
Well,
So
I'll be over there later this year.
excellent. Makeshift. Your words to the audience, the crowd, and your best wishes. What would you like to say to them, guys?
Thank you everyone who's been following the Apocalypse Post. It's been such a pleasure, and your feedback through all these years has just been amazing. Follow the Apocalypse Post on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and the Apocalypse Postcast, the audio only version, wherever you get your pods.
Yay! And also, thank you so much for coming on. We've been trying to get you on for ages. It's just we've been so busy, and you've been busy.
I know it.
But you'll have to come on more regular, both of you guys. We've got a ton more guests lined up. We've got people from films, TV, special effects. We've got some big music celebrities coming on as well. So we're like booked out every Saturday. So
Awesome.
We'd love to get you guys keep popping back up as fan favorites and friends of the channel. So
Awesome. Anytime.
awesome. Definitely. Thank you. So Stig, over to you, sir.
Hello. What?
So what would you like to say to your adoring fans and as a final goodbye for tonight's show?
Oh, the cat's asleep. My mum's in bed, so that's my fans out of the way. Oh, thanks for watching. Do check out Apocalypse Post. It's well worth it. And if you have a few spare shekels, look at Patreon because look at poor Makeshift. His clothes are like falling to pieces. Come on.
Are we talking about that porn again? Is it?
It's the beard.
I'm
off.
downloading
praised
as
the
we
beard.
speak. I found it already.
Oh God!
That's going to nick the internet.
Yeah,
So that's no. We don't have any last words for mechanized though.
So Skelly,
Yes.
any last words, sir?
Yes, I just want to point out at this point, because we've been talking about Patreons and private things like that. There's actually a page on Facebook where people are sharing their food, and it's called Only Scrans. And I just think that's wonderful.
What's a scrand?
A
Scran's food.
Scran is slang for food. So only
yeah.
scrans. It's a little bit of a play on words.
It's a bit
Nice.
northern.
It's
As in-
northern.
It's very northern.
It's Watford, above Watford, Kevin. Drone.
It's like my sweet potato said, I am what I am.
Oh dear!
Yeah.
You know, all our streams go deteriorate the longer we're on due to
I'd rather
alcohol.
talk about
Yeah,
bollocks.
no,
We've
it
talked
is.
a lot of literal bollocks tonight.
Yeah, shaved, skateboarding, nudie bollocks. So mechanized.
Is it just
Any
that
words
season
to
yet?
your adoring fans?
Conkers.
Yeah, well, it's so good to
Focus.
see or hear or speak to everybody. Well, it's really good to see Nick and Apocalypse Post, Makeshift today, because, yeah, as we said, we tried to get you on the show for ages, so I couldn't not be on the show today. So I'm glad you made it. And yeah, for everybody else who's logged in online and sent all your chats over, so good to see you all, and just stay safe. And yeah, see you next week.
Brilliant.
Awesome. And thank you.
And thank you from my side. I'd just like to say, guys, thanks for everybody. We get about over 1,000 people watching every week. So please share, subscribe, copy. It's on Facebook, YouTube. It goes everywhere. It's like the coronavirus. you can't stop it.
Oh God, what's he said?
Oh no, it's great fun. But thank you so much. You are keeping us sane in these dark times. We love you all. It's one big family, and we're all in this together. And we can't wait to start getting out there again and start touring and going wild. The new stage show is epic, and we are super excited. So thank you to all our guests. We love
Thank
you all,
you.
guys, and we will see you next week on for even more chaos and even more fun.
Hopefully less bollocks.
And hopefully less bollocks.
Less
and we
bollocks.
will,
A little bit.
and we will see you next week. Well, we have got.
Don't forget, check out the Geek Show.
Oh yeah, check out the Geek Show.
Wednesdays.
Also, I think possibly next weekend
Is it one
is Kundalini and Johnny the Boy from Mad Max 1. Oh my god!
Awesome.
And let's finish as we started with a naked Russian lady dancing to Freak Show. And
Again.
good night.